Now, and I'm a huge Steelers fan, and I always loved reading on Steelers.com around Christmas time, reading about you doing your. You've done it almost every year now. You're reading of the night before Christmas to all the players before the holiday season. How did that come about, and what does that mean to you to be able to read that to the guys each and every single year, and for them to be that open and receptive to to a story that I'm sure they've heard dozens of times?
Well, we will look forward to that. We actually recite the poem. We don't read it. We have memorized it. It came as an outgrowth of my upbringing, my family. My mom and my aunts were so wonderfully inclined to make Christmas a big, big thing for all of us kids growing up. And just kind of to salute and thank them for all the times and things that they did and all the sacrifices, really, that they made for our youngsters growing up in their care. I wanted to learn that poem just as more as a salute to them. And it was a larger undertaking than I first imagined, but eventually we did get it, and I never dreamed of saying it to the players. I always just did it for the family. And I don't know, one year I decided, well, these guys are really just an extension of my family. And I went ahead and did it for the defense originally. And then the head coach, I think it was maybe Sam Walsh originally, said, why don't you do it for the whole team? And that's when we started doing it for the whole team. And then I was the head coach, so there wasn't any problem doing it there. And then Coach Cower and Coach Tomlin have both allowed me to do it here. The thing that's very remarkable to me, when I meet players that I haven't seen, I've coached for a few years, and I'm now coaching sons of people that I coached. But when I meet and talk to players that I perhaps haven't seen for 10 or 15 years, one of the first things that they will ask me, Coach, are you still doing the night before Christmas? So I was amazed at how they were impacted by it. But I guess we're all pretty much kids at heart anyhow. And it's just a special little thing that we do, and it's just for the Steelers, and we usually do it on a Saturday night before that game of the week of Christmas. And we've had an amazing one-loss record in those games. So I think as long as that continues, we'll probably continue to do it.
Joined by Dick LeBeau, the defensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach, before we let you go, obviously getting inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Have you thought about your speech yet?
Well, they said they wanted me to take about 8 to 10 minutes. I think there's 7 of us going in. And I said that won't be any problem. It'll just be 8 or 10 minutes of how many different ways can you say thank you to how many different people. I'm so grateful for what's happened to me and all the people that have sacrificed and helped me along the way. It's too good to be true, but it is true, and so I'm going to do my best to relax and enjoy it.
Well, great. Well, we're grateful for you calling in and having you on. It's been an absolute pleasure, Coach. Thanks so much.
Well, thanks for having me. I love Ohio, and as I said, I'll always have a very, very warm spot in my heart for the people up there in northwestern Ohio, because there's a lot of Lion fans right there.
Oh, yeah, this is still a very big area. This is kind of I guess, a vortex, because you get a lot of the Detroit fans, a lot of Cleveland fans, and a lot of Pittsburgh fans in this area. So it's got the perfect blend, I guess, right here in Northwest Ohio. So thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. And go Steelers, and good luck with the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Congratulations again, Coach.
Go Steelers, and thanks for having me.
All right. That was Dick LeBeau, the 2-time Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and soon to be enshrined in the Hall of Fame. My only question is, why did it take so long for that man to get into the Hall of Fame?
You know what? That's a good question. It certainly wasn't a lack of people clamoring for it.
Right.
You know what? I don't know the answer to that. It certainly, I mean, every year you hear, why wasn't Dick LeBeau put in there?
Right. And I guess the sad part is it took a senior selection committee to actually get his name onto the ballot. And I don't know how that works.
I wonder if it was partially the fact that he's still involved in football, and maybe they wanted to wait until, he was no longer involved in football. Unfortunately, I think if he did that, it would have to be a posthumous award, and certainly it didn't want to have that have to be the case. So, you know what? It's about time, but at least he gets to enjoy it with his brother, and I think that's a great story.